The integration of 4 over x squared dx from 1 to 4. Here I want to find the definite integral from the interval 1 to 4. So the first step here, what we have to do, we have to find first the integration of 4 over x squared, which is 4x to the power negative 2 from 1 to 4. Then 4x negative 2 from 1 to 4, that's mean if I want to integrate it, it is 4x to the power negative 2 plus 1 over negative 2 plus 1. Then I will change this integral sign to be like from 1 to 4. So it is 4x to the power negative 1 over negative 1 from 1 to 4. Or I can write it as negative 4 over x from 1 to 4. By now, I just find the integration and simplify. Then I want now to find the integration from negative 4 to x on the interval from 1 to 4. That means I have to find f of 4 minus f of 1. So f of 4 minus f of 1. Where is f? This is f. So it's negative 4 over 4 minus negative 4 over 1. Negative 4 over 4 is negative 1 minus negative 4 over 1 is negative 4. So it will be negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Right. Let's solve now number 14. In number 14, we have the integration from 1 to 2 for 1 over x to the power 6 dx. Here, first of all, it is like integration of x to the power negative 6 from 1 to 2 dx. Then, what is the integration of x to the power negative 6? It is x to the power negative 7 over negative 7 from 1 to 2. Then, so I can write it as negative 7 over x to the power 7 from 1 to 2. So,
Teacher?
yes.
Negative 6 plus 1. Yeah.
Thank you.
It will be to the power negative 5.
It is x to the power negative 5, or sorry, I can write it as negative 5 over x to the power negative 5. So it's negative 5 to the power of positive 5, sorry. Negative 5 over 2 to the power 5 minus negative 5 over 2 to over 1 to the power 5. Now, which is negative 5 over 2 to the power 5, 2 to the power 3 is 8, plus 4, it is 32, plus 5. So it will be 155 minus 32 after we find the or after we subtract them, then we get it as 155 over 32, or we can say, and if we simplify it, it is 4 and 27 over 32. This is now the final answer. How did you find your answer? Are they correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's now solve or go to this section here. As I told you now, the integration is a way to find the area under the curve. If I'm talking about an trapezoid, triangle, it's very clear, it's very easy for me to find the area of it. But sometimes, if I'm asking you now to find the area of this shape here, from 0 to pi over 2, if you look at this one, it's not as a quarter of a circle. It's not a trapezoid, it's not a square. So how can I find now the area of this shaded, region? By using the integration. I know that this function is y of equal cosine x. So that's mean if I integrate y equal cosine x from the interval of 0 to pi over 2, I will find the area. So here, if I integrate integrate cosine x from 0 to pi over 2, I will find the area of the shaded region. Why? Because the integration give me or help me to find the area. Okay, what can I do? Like I did with the functions, with the linear and the previous functions. Here I have to do the same with the trigonometric function. What I have to do here first, I have to find the integration. Now, what is the integration of cosine?
Sine.
It is sine. So I will say it is sine of x. Then I will say from 0 to pi over 2. Then after I integrate, I have to evaluate. I will say it is sine pi over 2 minus sine is 0. As we did before, f of pi over 2 minus f of 0. What is sine of pi over 2? What is sine
Negative.
1? Sine 90?
One.
1, bravo. It is 1 minus sine 0, 0. So the area of this shaded region here is 1. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Let's now solve this integration here. The integration of sine x over 5 from 0 to pi over 2 dx. Here, let's put 1 over 5 times sine x. I want to integrate it from 0 to pi over 2 dx. Now, what's the integration of sine?
Negative cosine.
Negative cosine. So it is 1 over 5 times negative cosine x. Then we say it from 0 to pi over 2. So it will be like negative cosine x over 5 from 0 to pi over 2. By now, is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Then after that, I have now to find f of pi over 2 minus f of 0. Of pi over 2 minus f of 0. So what can I do? I will say it's negative cosine pi over 2 over 5 minus negative cosine is 0 over 5. Now what is cosine pi over 2? It is 0 over 5, 0 minus. What is the negative cosine? Oh, before of that, what is the value of cosine 0?
0.
1. Then I have to multiply it by negative 1. So we say it's negative 1 over 5. So the value here is positive 1 over 5.
Teacher, can you repeat the last step?
Okay. So after I integrate, I found that the integration is negative cosine x over 5 from 0 to pi over 2. That's mean I have to find f of pi over 2 and f of 0. Where's f of pi over 2? What does it mean, f of pi over 2? That's mean I have to evaluate pi over 2 instead of x. And f of 0, that's mean I have to evaluate 0 instead of x. This is f of pi over 2 and this is f of 0. The indefinite integral, they told me you have to find the difference between them. What does it mean? That means you have to find f of pi over 2 minus f of 0. So let's complete here. We said f of pi over 2, it's negative cosine of pi over 2 over 5 minus f of 0. Where is f of 0? It's negative cosine of 0 over 5. Now I want to evaluate now. Cosine of pi over 2, it is 0, times negative 1, 0. So the first term here, it is 0, minus negative cosine 0. The first step, you have to find cosine 0. What is the value of cosine 0?
1.
It is 1. Times negative, it will be negative 1 over 5. Then, so it will be 0 plus 1 over 5, which is 1 over 5. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Let's solve now this one here. Integration of secant square x dx. From 0 to pi over 3. The first of all, what we have to do, we have to find the integration of secant square. What's the integration of secant square?
10.
Tan.
Secant.
It is tan of x from 0 to pi over 3. What does it mean? That means I have to find f of pi over 3 and f of 0. And then I will subtract them. Where is f of pi over 3? That means tan ish pi over 3. And f of 0, that means tan of 0. Then, here I have to find the difference between them. That means tan of pi over 3 minus tan of 0. Is it right?
Yes, teacher.
Right. Now tan of pi over 3, that means tan of,
The root of 3.
bravo, it's square root of 3, minus tan 0
Is
is 0.
0.
So the final answer here, integration of secant square from 0 to pi over 3 is square root of 3. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Right, okay. Now this one here. the integration of secant tan from negative pi over 4 to pi over 4. First of all, we have to find the integration of secant tan. What's the integration of secant tan?
Secant.
Secant.
It is
Secant.
secant of x from negative pi over 4 to pi over 4. Then let's find now it. Now you have to use a calculator, as you know, but secant, it's not mentioned in the calculator. So what we have to do, don't forget that secant of x is 1 over cosine x. So by calculator, you have to find it as, so it is secant, before that, secant x from negative pi over 4 to pi over 4. That's mean secant pi over 4 minus secant of negative pi over 4. This is the first step. Then I want to solve it. As I told you, there's no secant pi over 4 on the calculator. So what can I do? I will say, since secant is 1 over cosine, so I will find it as 1 over cosine pi over 4 minus 1 over cosine in negative pi over 4. The teacher, what is pi? Don't forget, pi, it's not هي 22 over 7 or 3.14. It is 180. So pi over 4, as we talked before in algebra 2 in grade 10, pi over 4, how it can be on the calculator, if I want to write it as a degree, it will be 180. Pi is 180. So 180 over 4, which is 45. So on the calculator here, you have to find 1 over cosine 45 minus 1 over cosine of negative 45. So don't forget, pi over 2 is 90. 2 pi is 180. Pi over 3 is 60. And pi over 6 is 30, and so on. Pi, it's like 180. Is this clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, then after that now, let's find 1 over cosine pi over 4. Now I want you, please, if you have your calculator now, to work with me to find that if your answer correct or no. One over cosine 45. What is your answer?
1.41.
Yes, or square root of 2. Minus. I want you now to do the same, but 1 over cosine of negative 45.
Also square root of 2.
Also square root of 2, yes. So what's the answer here? 0. So the integration of secant tan from negative pi over 4 to pi over 4 is 0. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
I want you now tomorrow to try this number here, number 20, as a homework. Okay? And inshallah tomorrow we will solve it and continue the piecewise function. So this will be your homework here. I will give you a hint. After you integrate, for as an example, this one, if you integrate it here, no, let's solve it now. There's no need. I will give you another homework. This one here, from 0 to pi over 3. When I integrate it here, it will be an. Before that, let's write it first. Now, what's the integration of 2x?
2x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. to the
Yes,
power
which is x
2 over
squared.
2.
Which is x squared minus. What's the integration of secant tan?
Secant.
It is secant x from 0 to pi over 3. Until now, is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
So this is now my function here. This is f of x. I have to find f of pi over 3 and f of 0. And then subtract them. What is f of pi over 3? Minus f of 0. F of pi over 3. Here I have f of x, x squared minus secant x. Type f of pi over 3. That's mean pi over 3 squared. And instead of x, evaluate with pi over 3 minus secant pi over 3. Now I want to find the secant. What can I do? I will say it is 1 over cosine
Over cosine.
pi over 3. This is for the first term. Minus f of 0. 0 squared minus secant, or you can say as 1 over cosine is 0. Is it clear by now?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, let's continue now. Now, pi over 3 squared, keep it as it is. Pi over 3 squared minus 1 over cosine pi over 3. On the calculator, 1 over cosine. Now, pi over 3, as I told you, pi over 3, it is 180 over 3, which is 60. So put it as 1 over cosine 60, which is 2. This is for the first term. Minus 0, keep it as 0, minus 1 over cosine 0. 1 over cosine
1.
which is 1. So it is pi over 3 squared minus 2 minus negative 1, which is pi over 3 squared minus 2 plus 1, or you can say it is pi over 3 squared minus 1. So the final answer here is pi over 3 squared minus 1. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I will stop here today now. Do you have any question related to how can I find the integrated or the integral for an, or the definite integral, sorry, for the trigonometric function?